Sagittarius, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries. It is for Sagittarius sun, moon, rising sign because it's Sagittarius energy. Always check out your sun, moon, and rising sign because it's energy that's really impacting you, so you might as well get some insight into it, right? There's always an extended reading for those of you who want a deeper reading and want conclusions to the messages we start here. That's where you go, and that link is below, and I do hope you can join me for that. If you really love this video, please be sure to like it and share it on your social media platforms as well. Help the channel grow, which you have been, and I'm so grateful by subscribing down below and then ringing that bell and hit all notifications so that you can make the subscription work for you. And you can get notified when I upload your favorite content. Sagittarius comes out every single Tuesday. LA time between like 8 and 9 a.m. like breakfast time, and then out on the East Coast that's around noon, lunchtime, and then I think over in Western Europe it's gonna hit you about dinner time. All around the globe. I hope you guys get to enjoy it and see it at the time that's right for you. If you want more content, well, I've got a second channel on YouTube. It's called Astrology Motivation, and it's all astrology based as well. That's where I go live. I do the Astrology Motivation live every single Monday. I upload daily tarot 5 days a week, and I also upload the weekly astrology forecast there. And that's essential every single week to understand the energies that you're going to be dealing with because of planetary aspects. But if you want to join me live for those daily tarot card readings, come find me on Instagram at born_without_boundary, and we can chat live as I do the daily tarot card reading. I hope you can join. All right, Sagittarius. Let's see. Remember that later on in this reading, I'm going to divide this energy into career, money, love to get a little bit more specific for you. I just realized I don't have it straight up and down. I forgot to do that. I apologize, guys. I don't know. I was doing personal reading today, and I kept it the traditional way. I don't know. I'll be back to the horizontal way, actually, for Capricorn and everybody this week. You ready? All right, we have the Nine of Swords, which means something's on your mind. It could also be illness or sickness or worrying or stressed about something being on your mind. Guess what? You get to walk away from that. You get to take a leap of faith in that, start making decisions and even start something new, taking a path away from sickness. And how are you going to do that? It starts with relaxation. It starts with meditation. It starts with reflection. Reflection on maybe just how fucking lucky you've been because you got to walk away from a serious illness or a serious sadness or disease, something that was really keeping you awake at night, but you flourished and you got to walk away from it. So there's this beautiful essence about you right now that is steeped in a knowing. Now that could be because Jupiter, your ruling energy, is trining Mercury beautifully right now, and it's kind of illuminating. It's almost like God speaking directly to your mind or communicating directly to God, allowing God to communicate directly to you. So what's happening, Sagittarius, is you're starting to realize just how lucky you are. You're starting to realize your blessings, and your blessings are very obvious right now. And guess what? You shine like a diamond, baby boo. This is really beautiful energy. And it's like there's really nothing. It's almost like someone done saved your life, or someone's about to done save your life. Someone's about to give you more time, more more time, more rest, more healing space. You're about to get better. You're about to get well. There's about to be a sense of you being able to take care of yourself, prioritize your self-care. Of course, Leo is all about love. It's all about romance. It's all about a romantic time. It's all about having confidence in who you are. It's basically knowing that you deserve this. So essentially what these four cards are saying is give yourself the time and space that you need to be able to heal. This is the time to do it. You know that it's the time to do it. Believe in it and don't ask any questions. All right. Shoot. Okay. A deep knowing. Okay, this is coming out in reverse. But like all around, I guess it's more intuition. Intuitively, you understand this. There's no real deep understanding. In other words, it's almost like you're at a point right now where you don't need answers. You just trust that you can move forward and do better. Right? It's almost like a self-esteem clause, whereas I don't have to, like, I feel better because I feel better about me. I feel better about my space and everything around me. I have confidence. I have competence. I have, basically, I think it's almost like you're relieving your mind of needing to know. It's like, I don't need to know. I don't need to know. I'm just going to move on from this, and I'm going to heal from this, and I'm going to take some time to just sort of sit with this and reflect upon what happened. There's a sense of maybe there is confusion about something, right? Okay, now we got a little bit of intrigue. But now it's like almost like I'm confused. Maybe there's this sincere confusion about something, walking away, not understanding it. But you're walking away from it and you're trying to reflect on, like, okay, why did this happen? There's question marks here because deep knowing is in reverse. Ooh. All right. So balance. Something was off balance. Something wasn't fair. Something wasn't right. Maybe two parties weren't pulling their weight equally. That's kind of how it is. Yeah, that's kind of how it is. Suffering in silence. Either you or somebody was putting up a strong front and they were not happy. And there's an imbalance here. It's an imbalance, sort of like a feeling somebody felt, you felt, this is somebody feeling like there was something unfair happening, right? There wasn't, something was unfair, but they didn't speak up. They didn't say anything about it. Maybe because they just figured that you'd know, but clearly you didn't know, or clearly the person that you wanted to know didn't know, because there was definitely a sense of not fucking knowing, not understanding. Well, I'm telling you, and this has been going on for a while. It's been kind of building it, maybe not this past like 10 years, but maybe for the past year, a sense of somebody suffering in silence and feeling like they were not being treated fairly. Yeah, like something was out of whack. Something was being thrown out of whack. All right, let's see. These cards don't want to speak to me. Let's get to the moon. The moon, yeah. I'm doing this right now on the Pisces full moon. It's absolutely, extraordinarily beautiful moon. And what a perfect timing out here on the East Coast. On the West Coast, you should be able to see it too. Really beautiful, beautiful moon. Okay, communication is key. Somebody didn't, okay. Somebody wasn't talking to you. Somebody didn't tell you how they really felt about something. They were holding back. They were keeping it from you, or you were keeping it from them. And then all of a sudden, somebody just, now the story is starting to come out. Yeah. I gotta put this right because I don't like that these cards are sort of, I'm like, why are these all wonky in reverse? I don't understand that. Okay. Somebody decided to, they didn't talk about it. They didn't want to talk about it. They didn't want to talk. They kept it to themselves. That's what's going on. Somebody kept this stuff to themselves. Maybe I'll try to give you the space since I'm filming this the wrong way. And I think so. Okay, so let's review. Somebody was suffering in silence, and the suffering was up until current, and they decided to just walk away from the situation because the suffering had gotten too bad, because they needed to heal, but somebody doesn't know why. They left a mystery about it. There wasn't a real understanding because they never talked about it. But the Sun card is here, and that means it really sincerely was for self-care. It was really sincerely about doing what was right. You doing what was right for yourself. You have to walk away. You have to walk away from the situation, or somebody had to walk away from you. This is why they walked away. This is why they left. They left to basically heal. They left for self-care. They left for self-love. They left because maybe they couldn't talk about it, right? Like sometimes you may never know the answers. And as I was talking about when I was first reading these cards, you don't really need to know the answers. You just sort of have the faith. You have faith to know this is the right time to go without necessarily knowing why you're going, why you're heading in that direction. But let's get a deeper knowing, a deeper understanding. The why and wherefore. Soulmate. This person wasn't meant to be in your life. Or this situation wasn't meant to be in your life. They could have been a karmic partner. They could have been there to teach you a lesson. Or the two of you were there to learn from each other. But this person was definitely not a soulmate, Sagittarius. That's why it's coming out in reverse. They're the karmic partnerships. They came into your life for a reason, maybe a season, to learn, to teach, to shed light upon, right? To help you understand something and get you closer to a better sense of yourself, or you've done this for somebody. But that's why. This was a sense of just not... Yeah, now this could be a past partnership as well. Something that had to happen in the past for you to understand what you want right now. And you may be thinking about that. You may be finding yourself in your head about that. And if you're finding yourself in your head about that, it's because God wanted to bring up those thoughts in your head, right? To like illuminate you and remind, hey, Sagittarius, remember when this happened to you in the past? Red flags, red flags, red flags. It's almost like it's coming back again. But this time around, you should be able to... without having to know any more and having any explanation, without having to chase those answers, you should be able to be like, I do remember this scenario though, and I remember the outcome, and that's enough for me. I'm walking away from this. Spontaneous and intuitive creation. All of a sudden this happens. It feels like it's out of the blue. Resolution is here. It's almost like somebody out of the blue made a decision and you don't even know where it came from. Where it came from was that they wanted to solve the conflict. And if they thought about it too much, or if you thought about it too much, it's almost like, somebody else all of a sudden has a bright idea. They come up with something to solve the issue. Right? And they just sort of like, it's almost like, it's like you're sitting in a boardroom and all of a sudden you come up with this idea that really does come up with, and this is just such great energy for this Piscean moon, this sense of spontaneous and intuitive creation, just to like, it comes out of you without you questioning it. It comes out without anybody judging it, without any thought or intellect getting in the way, because you're just thinking through your faith now. And that's that Jupiter trine, Mercury mentality, is you're thinking through your faith. You don't need all the answers. You're opening your mind to your, like that voice of God or faith, right? And that's giving you a sense of, that might be all you have right now to be able to resolve things, or for you to be able to understand what's going on, is just faith, is like deciding, I'm going to sit back and I'm not going to judge, or somebody's certainly not sitting back and judging you. This was a solution that somebody came to on a whim. And it wasn't on a whim. It wasn't on a whim. Had been building up for a while. It could have been even something, like I said, they had learned from the past, or you'd learned from the past. But ultimately, this was applied immediately. And I think what ends up happening is this resolution gives you ideas. It helps you start creating. In other words, it makes you a better self. It makes you a better version of yourself. Whatever you had to just walk away from, or whatever just walked away from you, let it go in peace and let it go in love. Because honestly, Sagittarius, that's what needed to happen to clear space and for you to start resolving certain stuff in your life that needed to be resolved in order for you to move forward. Whoa. It's going to take a lot of faith, but this is beautiful. This is beautiful energy. We have turquoise here and watermelon tourmaline. That's my favorite stone. Spiritual path. Your true beliefs are becoming clearer to you, which prompts you to make necessary life changes. See? All of a sudden, something just spurs movement in the right direction. God done interfered on your behalf, Sagittarius. Feel blessed. Stress reduction. De-stress your mind, body, and schedule as you need to rest, recharge, and revive. And that was already suggested here with the four of swords. That there was some dire need inside of you to actually just like, walking away from this maybe took enough strength, or watching this opportunity walk away. Something walking away, something leaving, it took enough strength out of you. So to be honest with you, maybe you just need to like sit with this for a second. and get to a place of calm. Now, we do have clarification, clear quartz. Let yourself feel all your emotions. Your entire rainbow spectrum of feelings is sending you important messages and guidance. Something like, listen, if you just walked away, or you just walked away from a position, or whatever, whoever walked away was a lesson that somebody had to learn in order to shake them awake to shit that they didn't realize was wrong, but it was wrong. Like, just because you didn't realize something was wrong doesn't mean it wasn't wrong. And now you see. Now there's clarity through not knowing. Now there's clarity through seeing this sudden change. You're like, what the hell happened here? Ultimately, what happened doesn't matter so much as what is now and having to deal with it, and what does this mean? Because clearly something had to be happening, right? Clearly something was wrong and something was messed up, or something wasn't meant to be. Let's see how this energy applies to your career. Oh, the hell is this? Oh, yes, there's definitely a divorce or a breakup, or you're leaving, or you're changing careers. Yeah, it's almost, yeah, because there's too much red tape. There's too much red tape. There's too much criticism. There's too much bullshit. There's too much loops you have to jump through. You're just not really feeling awesome about this situation. But what's beautiful about this energy is that it's very clear now what you have to do, and you're not afraid to do it, because you're like, what am I really losing here? Happy birthday, Dagani. What am I really losing here? There's clarity here, and also opportunity in the future. And you know what? This clarity that's coming right now is leading to beautiful triumph and clarity in the future. Also having strength of character and objectivity to be able to not get stuck in these same situations again, right? There's some sort of triumph, and look who also came out. You may have felt like this was the worst thing that could have happened to you in terms of your career. Best thing ever. It took you out of a shitty situation where there was a lot of confusion and a lot of cluster fucking, and put you into a situation where now you understand what you're good at, right? And what you have to work with, and you can apply those in the best way possible. We'll figure out more about where your career is headed. Let's go into money. Sagittarius, money, honey. Sagittarius and money. What's going on with Sag and money? Oh, money's coming in after you. Somebody's walking away. Hold on. Let's see what the first card was. Four of Pentacles. So things have kind of stagnated, and maybe money was, it's almost like you were holding on to little bits of money, or the money was secure, but it wasn't secure enough to get you ahead, that kind of energy. Or somehow your money or your financial situation had stagnated, but you did have money. It was secure, it was solid, but it wasn't going anywhere. It wasn't growing. And in some ways, you were keeping it that way because you were afraid to take risks. That's what the Four of Pentacles is. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles comes when you decide to fucking leave. So clearly the reiteration of the energy is here. Sagittarius, it's time for you to go. It's time for you to head out. It's time for you to get going, or it's time for you to let go, right? There's a sense of when you let go, even if it's a stupid mistake, somehow it's going to turn around into being exactly what you needed, because there's some sort of abundance on the other side of being able to walk away from something. In terms of finances, maybe you had to walk away from money. I don't think so. Well, maybe you did. Let's clarify. Sagittarius and finances, please. What is this Eight of Cups here for? What are the Eight of Cups here for? Sagittarius and finances. What's the Eight of Cups here for? Because you didn't understand something. The Two of Swords for information. Oh, come on. For information. Information, Two of Swords, information. What is this Eight of Cups? Confusion is what it is. Confusion. It's almost like you expected money to come in, but it wasn't, and you were tired of sitting around waiting for it. Because the big payoff never actually happened. And there was no explanation as to why. We'll get deeper into that shit because there's a story there. Let's go into love. Love. Love's crossing over with money with the King of Cups. So you could be dealing with Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, male, or this is just a sense of being refined, holding back from love, not wanting to love something too much, or wanting to wait and see. You do love something, but this is an energy of I guess emotional stability, really. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles, emotional stability when you realize something just didn't work out in love. Doesn't necessarily have to be, could be with marriage. Could be with marriage. Or could be just the status quo of how things were going, or unless you're dealing with a Taurus. This is just a sense of something didn't go status quo, something wasn't working out as planned, something that you thought was okay could have been, like, it's almost like it's time for you to start networking again, or maybe somebody was always looking for something else, or to make different connections. Could be on the internet, over the internet. You find out that somebody was looking, somebody was looking over the internet. Somebody was looking over apps. Somebody was always kind of sort of like not telling you something. And if you have been feeling that in love with anybody that you're loving, could be your son, could be your daughter, could be your mother, your spouse, whoever. It's confirmed. Somebody is holding back from you, and ultimately, what that means is there's a sense of something wasn't working out. Like you the seven of Pentacles is you had to just give up on it. Now this could be that you're looking to. It's almost like somebody's looking online to replace something that they really, really loved. Right? Because it's ended and it's over. I'm just not sure the other party knows that, right? Especially, seriously. But ultimately, Sagittarius, I think it's because you're coming out of some sense of mourning, realizing that something is over and it really being sad for you. So you're trying to replace that. Now, if this is a relationship, it could be that somebody's trying to replace that before they're technically, right? Because we're like, well, something we don't know is going on, right? Somebody may not have been informing somebody of something. Let's go into the extended. I'm going to dig into romance-specific energy. We'll tie up these loose ends. I do hope you can join me. Thank you so much for all the views that you've given to these videos. You're exceptional. I love you. I will see you soon.